your main man, Mike, baconeggendcheese.com, and I'd like to welcome you all to another Corna Convo. As usual, I'm not alone. I have a lovely panel of people with me. We're going to start to my right with the lovely
Eveline.
Ow, and that's the Eveline we have
Ron
in the building, and that's the Ron there is
Priscilla.
in the building.
Like my shoes, yo?
Look at the shoes! And over here next to me we have the lovely
BK Diva.
all day, every day.
You like my shoes?
I like them too. Who's in the middle?
It's only me, G-Money, baby.
All day, every day. And next to G-Money is the one and only
Coco Cover Girl.
Ow.
Coco Cover Girl.
Covering that girl all the way up to the thighs. Okay, speaking of shoes, somebody had to get the walker earlier, right? They went for a job interview, didn't work. Now the question is presentation as important as your credentials? That's the question I'm posing. Is presentation as important as your credentials? My brother Ron was telling a story, and we had to jump into the show because I wanted to hear the story. I want y'all to hear it too. Take a listen.
2 months ago, interviewed this young brother, qualified, graduated, from Stanford.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cool, young, good brother, professional. However, he had three actually, gold in his mouth.
Gold teeth. Some fronts.
Exactly.
Did they say anything?
No, I didn't say anything, but he was qualified. He was definitely qualified. He actually did an internship previously with the company, but he didn't have the gold teeth at that point. But, he had gold teeth.
So you got more confident, huh?
He was interviewing for a direct hire permanent position. When he left my office, I threw the resume in the garbage. Because to me, if he was that stupid to come to an interview with that in his mouth, then I can't trust his judgment.
I'd like to ask the panel to chime in on that, your opinions on brother Ron's actions, so on and so forth.
I mean, I agree. When I went to Howard, we had a class where you had to wear your business suit with your stockings, and you were graded on how you look, your presentation. So, I mean, that sets the standard for if I'm going for a corporate job. When I worked at Tiffany's, you had to look a certain way if you were working on the sales floor. So, I mean, it depends on where you work.
Well, I guess that's right because I'm an artist. And I like people to express themselves, like I'm expressing myself right here.
Rebel right there.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, my whole brain wave thinking is different from you guys, so yeah.
So my question is, do you agree with how Brother Ron handled the situation, or?
I understood what he did, but then he said it's a brother. You know what I'm saying? And who ended up getting the job? Was it another brother? I hope it was a brother who got the job.
It was actually Latino.
So I don't know, you know what I mean? I'd rather the brother get the job if he's qualified.
It depends on what type of job you're going for. Like, for example, if someone were coming to work here, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have on a suit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm an artist, so it's a whole different environment.
You just don't. To me, it didn't make sense for you to even. I agree. I may have maybe pulled the brother aside, maybe on the down and said, "Listen, what's up with the gold fronts?" Maybe I might even said, "Listen, take them out, come back, and let's start this interview over again."
Okay.
Okay? But for him to walk in, and I think I had a situation with a young lady who worked at night in the store and she got upset because she was told she couldn't wear her short shorts to work. And I'm like, okay, there's a time and a place for everything. Okay? If these fronts were not permanent teeth, and it's something that you added on, that wasn't the place for it. Okay? When you're in corporate America, there's a certain way they even want you to speak. So the thing that I like is that I can kick it in corporate America, but then when I get around the people, I can kick it with them. There's a time and a place for everything. And I think that line is getting lost now. Because if you look at how some of these youngsters are going on interviews with their pants hanging off, they're not caring about how they look. So my thing is that you should not have to be told to look professional. That should just be part of your makeup, that you want to look professional.
Some people don't know.
According to,
I agree with that.
Or according to wherever it is you're interviewing on. I understand some people don't know. I understand that. But to come with I would like to have known what made that brother put the teeth in the first place.
That would have been my line of question.
I really would like to know.
Like, well, so you know, and especially being that he's interned there, did you know him prior to this? Like, had you had contact? He knows your name.
Yeah.
Like, he came and spoke to Ron, who I know, who I'm interviewing for.
Well, that's another thing. He called me by my first name, which I thought was disrespectful.
Had he addressed you like that before, and it been okay?
That's irrelevant.
No, it's a question.
I think it's very relevant.
No, that's relevant.
It's very relevant.
He felt that he worked there, but
when-
he knows you, so he could be
Because
biased.
when he was interning in another department, and the time that we hung out was more on a social thing, like going to, it was a company picnic. Also, he knew me as Ron because, you know, we was in different departments. However, now that you're interviewing with Mr. Brash, you should address me as Mr. Brash. You address, you know, it's a respect factor.
I don't know.
It's a respect factor. If I was Johnny White Boy, you would call me that. It's the respect factor.
Now that's an assumption. That's an assumption that just because you're black and he's black, that he would have treated you differently if you were, say, white Ron. I don't know if that's
you
true.
don't go to an interview and call someone by their first name.
That depends on what you interview. I'll be honest with you, I interviewed for enough people and called them Mr. So-and-so, and they told me, hey man, call me Bill. Hey man, call me.
But I would have to say that. That's what I'm saying. I would have to say, call me Ron. Don't come in, how you doing, Ron?
I can see myself making that mistake too.
Me too.
You know what? I think I would just say, listen.
Wait.
Here, it's Mr. So-and-so. Out there, that's something you could have just kind of washed over real quick.
Yeah, I mean that didn't do as much as the gold fronts. That was.
But you didn't tell him about the fronts.
I'm not his daddy. I'm not his daddy. This is a grown ass young man.
BK Diva. BK Diva.
I agree. I have to agree. Well, I'm kind of on
The fence.
On the fence. A little. I mean, because I do believe that there's a time and place for everything. I definitely agree with that. But my question is, if he had worked there and perhaps he had gotten used to what was the norm, and perhaps he was wearing these 3 gold teeth, and then to come in an interview and then call you by your first name, I mean, I would have been like, come on, but then I don't think I would have threw away his resume. That was a little bit too, harsh to me. And then, I mean, I don't want to.
I think as black people, we gotta like look out for one another and point out one another's mistakes and errors and whatever.
Because there's
like,
so many things that
I run a business, and I have clients that come here, and sometimes they're not pleased, and sometimes like some clients will just not come back. But I appreciate the client who's gonna pull me to the side and say, Glenn, this stylist did this or whatever. I really appreciate that. So we need to point out to one another like where we're going wrong, so we could have successful businesses and successful relationships.
But
I think it would have been a contribution to him if you would have. And the truth is, it is about you wanting to take that time. You're not obligated at all. The truth is.
And if this was a young individual first time coming in, I've often done that. But this was a brother who worked at the company.
But you say he was an intern in the department that you didn't work in.
He knew the standards. So I did not give him
any leeway. Did you check with the people who had worked with before to see if this was something that had happened before? Or was it just something new?
No, he just got to go front.
Okay,
no, I'm talking about his whole mannerisms.
Okay, let's go on the assumption that it did happen. And it was pointed out to him. If it was pointed out to you the first time, why would you come back and do it a second time? And now you're looking to get hired permanently. So that's not a plus for him. That's
no, he's losing. Dude, you're losing, man.
I think
you're losing. We're trying to help you.
In corporate America, even if you try to bring in another black person, upper management is gonna be looking at you like that's your boy.
Exactly.
And he messed up. So then it's like, okay, I'm trying to help you out, but now you're messing up my reputation and my judgment.
Which I have done in the past. I haven't gone out on a limb, but a lot of brothers and sisters that work with me. And I'm the one that got my ass bit for it. So you gotta evaluate the situation as it is. There was a young brother that worked at the company, he knew the standards, and now he was coming for a direct hire position. So at that point, yo, you come in with gold fronts, then I have to question your judgment. And if you're working with me, that's gonna reflect on me. So I can't hire you.
It's sad. I understand. I understand that. I guess the truth is my issue is with the corporate structure. Like, and you know what, Glenn, you said it best. I'm an artist, and so sometimes expression is expression. I could care less about appearance for most things, especially if you're hygienically okay. As long as you ain't funky and disturbing the place with your odor or your look, then I'm okay with it. So I don't understand corporate structure.
But I mean, certain companies have certain structure. At the time when I was working at Tiffany's, women weren't allowed to be on the floor in pants. In pants. This is like in the 90s. You could not wear pants. I don't know, maybe it might have changed.
You know
now,
what?
but
Corporate America sounds a lot like slavery. And on that note, we're gonna take a quick break. I like having the last word. I'm your main man, Mike. This is